Hi, everybody. Catherine Siegel here. Just wanted to take a few moments to show you around some features of Schoology, but also to tell you a couple of things about the Chromebooks when they are at home. First of all, they are not to be used for anything outside of schoolwork. So, unless a teacher assigns something on YouTube or a game to help them with their learning, they're supposed to use it for schoolwork only. And also, when the Chromebooks are at home, they are on your internet. And so your Wi Fi may not have the same protections as they have at school. So just be aware of that as well. If kids do use it for something other than schoolwork, there are no protections unless you have set them up at home that they would have on our school's internet. So now that we've got know those two things, let's take a look at Schoology, where your kids will be working out of. Everything you need is housed here. So any links or anything like that will be found in Schoology. But you'll also notice it looks a little bit different because I'm not on a Chromebook right now, but the bookmarks right up here have been set for all the places the kids will need to go as well. So where I'm running my cursor up and down on the Chromebooks, there should be little icons and words for things like MobyMax and uh, Think Central, those types of things outside of what they're doing. But first of all, please remember that we need to be at d11.schoology. If you just try to log into schoology.com, it probably won't recognize the username and password. But once you're in here, kids are really going to stay on this courses page. Everything they need to know is right here. You'll notice that it's broken down on these tiles here into subject areas. So we got art, we'll come back to these two in a minute, math, PE, music, reading, science, social studies, and writing. But I wanted to talk about these two guys right here. This PAM and PPM will generally not have anything in it because those are just for attendance purposes. So you don't have to worry about classes or anything being in these tiles. So when I go back, I can always go back to courses. That's going to get me right back to where I need to be. So let's say it's time for math. We all do math in the morning. You're going to click on our math tile, and all teachers have set up their Schoology to look similar to this, where we have the links at the top, assignments, and anything that they will need for the next day's assignment or a quick assessment. And this teacher also has an extra video in here showing the students how to do some things. All three of these will need to be looked at every day, and you'll see why here in a quick second. First of all, if we click on the live classroom link, that will take us to our WebEx meetings. Now, it's looking like this today because the teacher has not started a meeting yet. If you see this when you think there should be a meeting happening, just go ahead and back out for a second. It might mean that the teacher has not yet started the WebEx meeting. So give it a minute or two and then click right back into that. Secondly, you'll want to go into assignments. After the live WebEx is over, the teacher will have some work for the kids to practice on. So that this is where they'll find it. As you can see here, we've broken it down into weeks. So we'll just go into the week that we're on and then go to the day that we're on. And everything in here should be done by the end of that day or when the due date is. So you'll notice that there's nothing in this one right now because it has been marked complete right there. The student has done it. I did notice that the student had something incomplete here. As you can see, it's a grayed out check mark. And so if we go into here, we can also find, oh, she missed something from last Friday, it looks like. And there was a video that needs to be watched and a MobyMax lesson. So that needs to be done. I'm going to have to tell this student to do this, and I will, happens to be my daughter. So I'll go tell her right away and find out why that wasn't done. So last but not least, always check and you can get there faster by going back to courses again, but always go back and check every folder, make sure everything is done for that day. And as you can see again, we're just clicking into the correct week and then what we're supposed to be doing on Friday. Let's go to another course so you can see that things are similar across the board. Again, here you'll find all of the live stream WebEx meetings. Then when we go into assignments, go to the week that we're on, and then what day that we're on that we need to complete. So it looks like there's a couple of videos for this student to watch that they did, and then making sure she does page 39. So the teachers will also be giving directions on what will be done for completion. Schoology, once the kids get around and play in it, is very user friendly. And in fact, I think you'll find that your students can navigate this pretty easily by now. Last feature I wanted to show you is here in this third column is any assignments that they may have missed or a due date. So those ones that were ungraded or those ones that were grayed out were probably something ungraded. So these will tell you anything that your student needs to get in, or if there's an upcoming project, it'll tell you the due date of that. It will also tell you when things are overdue. So always keep an eye under this right-hand side of Schoology to know if the kids are falling behind on assignments or if they're all caught up. So those are some of the basic features of Schoology. As long as the kids are logging on for their WebEx times, completing their assignments daily, then everything's going as it should be. That's one last thing I wanted to talk about was that students should not be working ahead. If there is an assignment, even if it's due today, we don't want them working on it until they have received the lesson from their teacher. So please make sure that they're receiving the lesson before they go and do the assignment. Otherwise, they're probably not going to get too much out of the assignment.